Okay, so when it comes to the daily stressors that we're going to talk about it, I never want people to underestimate how important these things really can be. So the deal is our body truly is very resilient and it heals really, really well. It just needs the chance to be able to do that. So what we're trying to do is create an environment that's really conducive within the body to heal it. Like if you had a sprained wrist, you put it in a cast for a little bit, it heals, and then you can do things again and the wrist behaves normally. The same thing happens with our low backs, our necks, other parts of our body, other injuries, which is why so many people stay in this vicious cycle of pain. You'll get, a lot of people have low back pain for 2 weeks. It gets really bad and then it gets kind of better and they just go back to doing everything the same way that they were doing before. Even people who have had surgeries, they get surgeries, they feel better, and then they go back to doing all these same exact things, the same exact ways, and they hurt again. And people just stay in these vicious cycles for their entire lives. And what we're teaching you to do is for you to understand enough about your body that you can fix yourself by doing the right things, and really giving it a chance to heal until your body and our testing shows us that everything is calmed down and that all the sensitivities have really left. If you remember, we probably at some point along the way have done some testing with you that showed us maybe we did some traction, or maybe we put you in a very specific position or did a certain exercise, and then after that exercise we went back, rechecked your strength tests or rechecked your reflexes, and then you could see even if your pain levels weren't different, that all of a sudden you were stronger or something changed with the testing. This stuff happens all day long without us even knowing it. And it's really powerful to understand that the movements that we do and the positions we put ourselves in, even though they may not even cause pain, and it's something we don't think about, it may be having an effect on the health of our nervous system. Ultimately, that's the goal, is to get the nervous system to be really healthy from within, and then you'll become really tolerant to everything that you want to do. My favorite analogy is just the $3 credit card swipe, right? Like you can make $3 credit card swipes all the time. You don't really think about it because it's like nothing. And then you add up all these nothings, and at the end of the month, you can get a credit card bill for $5,000, and you're like, oh my God, where did all that come from? And it was all those little $3 swipes. The pain that you have is kind of like the credit card bill. So at the end of the day or the next morning, or maybe it's the end of the week, all of a sudden you have this massive bill that you have to pay for. And it's because of not just the one big thing that you did, maybe the obvious thing like the chopping wood or whatever, but it's a lot of also these little things that go along the way that change the nervous system. And it's kind of like every time you do these little things, you're picking a scab a little bit. We just need that scab to heal, okay? The people who can take these lessons and really embody them and apply them immediately and really take them to heart, they heal quickly. Those are the people who just take off and go from a lot of pain to very little or no pain very quickly. And that is an opportunity for you. Say you bump your elbow and you want to go like this and it feels better. That's because you're just applying another pressure to that area. It helps your brain process pain differently. That's the same thing you're doing with a lot of these little stretches. The stretches can feel really good in the moment. They feel like you're doing something, but if they were actually going to be working for you, they would have helped you by now and you would have been healed. So just make sure you take those little things out. They can be hard to take out because you're used to them, but if they were the right thing for you, they would fix it. And they're probably one of the biggest things that's actually keeping you in pain are these stretches that feel so good right in the moment. And then shortly thereafter, you hurt again or maybe even hurt worse. The other thing is that I'm just going to call out is a lot of people, when they learn how to do these things or learn all these activity restrictions, they feel like they're, an old man or really protecting their body and it makes them feel very frail. You're not frail. You just have a sense of, if you broke your arm, we put it in a cast. It's not a hit on you. You just have some tissue in your body that needs healing. We're doing the same thing for your low back here, okay? Or for whatever it is that we're treating. We're just giving it space and allowing it to heal. And when you do that, it will heal. And then later, you can get back to doing those things. Our goal is always to heal now so that later you can do all those things that you came here for, that you really want to do and get back to.